Let's see what this is. As the eternal struggle continues between Kick and Twitch, and look, I know this isn't necessarily video gaming news, but this is important stuff for this community and most communities in the live streaming realm right now. So I wanted to touch on this real quick. As the eternal struggle continues between Kick and Twitch, it seems that, at least in social circles, Kick is pulling ahead in the terms of the overall sentiment of users. Recently, Twitch has made some sketchy changes that push more users away from the platform. Kick was effectively there to pick up the pieces and sign some remarkably huge streamers. Now, it looks as though Kick is making good on promises made, ticking boxes the community has requested with aplomb, and bringing about some genuinely decent changes to the platform. Eddie Craven, the CEO of Kick and co-founder of Stake.com, the gambling platform that backs the streaming site, has been very transparent in his views on the development of Kick in general. Let me stop right there for a second. You know, this is one of those things where I hear a lot of people go, I don't know how anybody, you know, could feel comfortable going to Kick whenever a Kick is a site that's backed by gambling, and it's a site that promotes gambling. And I'm gonna have everybody just like take a beat for a second and consider this. Coming from an individual that, look, the way I look at gambling is I'm not a gambler. It doesn't appeal to me, dude. It really doesn't. I grew up around gambling, and it's just never been so. I mean, I grew up with accessibility, like gambling, something that's prominent around where I'm from, but it's never appealed to me. But it can be something that's very detrimental to certain people's. It appeals to people, and it's a very addictive thing. So it can be detrimental to people's lives. My big thing is, like, adults are going to be adults. People, when you become an adult, you've got to figure out what's, you know what I mean? Everything in life, anything can be detrimental if it's used in excess, right? Whether it be something you consume, as far as, you know, mind-altering substances, or actual addictions like gambling or anything like that, right? So, I mean, adults have to learn how to try and consume in moderation. It's not easy. Addiction's not easy. I make it sound easy probably right there, and it's not easy. And that's where I think that what has to happen is, first and foremost, with gambling in particular, right? I think that the gambling stuff has to be kept away from youth. That's my big thing, is keeping gambling away from younger audiences, whether it be loot boxes, gotcha stuff, actual gambling, any of the streams that promote it, ads that promote it, whatever. I think that that's one of those things that really there has to be something centered around trying to keep gambling away from the youth. They're impressionable. They don't understand the ramifications of what it can be as an addictive thing, gambling. And until they've had time to mature and have their brains fully mature and stuff like that, I think it's appropriate to keep children and youth away from gambling as much as possible. At the same time, I think that anything that's going to promote gambling, whether it be actual gambling sites, anything that promotes gambling in a marketing, promotional kind of way, or even loot boxing in video games, gotcha stuff, whatever, there needs to be support systems set up for people to go, look, this has gambling mechanics behind it. It can be an addictive thing for certain people. If you find yourself in a situation where you feel like you can't be helped from continuing to engage in these activities, we have assistance for you. There are help centers you can call. There are people you can talk. I think that is one of the important things, is that we try to help people understand that it is something that can be bad, right? So there are just honestly an amount of people that can't help themselves. It's an addictive thing, but I think it's crazy that and this is the other thing I'm going to say. For those people that look at Kick and go, well, anybody that goes there doesn't have good morals or ethics because if you go to Kick, you promote gambling. You need to take a beat and go take a look at what Amazon has done with Twitch. Because all of the like promotional stuff, the advertising stuff that is backing Twitch through Amazon is sports betting, which is gambling, man. So the people that do this stuff are like kind of being hypocrites, or either that or they're just uneducated about exactly what's going on here. Is it two different things? Kind of, because you're talking about like online, like actual, you know, on Kick you can actually go like it used to be on Twitch. You used to be able to go to like actual electronic slot machine websites and stuff and gamble on there. And it's, look, I mean, you're watching people like maybe, I mean, I'm not going to throw names out, okay? But there are some I agree it's scummy because you get people that get these contracts and they're in cahoots with some of these gambling sites, and they go, yo, if you know, we're going to give you a contract, we're going to pay you this much money, but you need to come spend this much money gambling on our site. It doesn't matter what you win or lose. We're going to give you this much money anyways. You know what I mean? And this is how much we're going to give you to spend as well. And what it is it's a big scam because they have so many viewers, right, that it gets those other people to go, oh, well, if they're winning, you know what I mean? I can win too. But they have so much money to pump into it where these other people don't. So that part of it is scummy. Don't get me wrong. But gambling is gambling, dude. And for people that just want to sit there on their high horse and act like Twitch and Amazon don't promote gambling stuff as well, sports gambling is flipping huge. And that's what they promote on this side also. So to say that gambling's not promoted here and that people that go to Kick are, you know, unethical or unmoral because they're promoting gambling, Twitch is the same thing, dude, in just a different fashion. It's just a different side of gambling, okay? So that's all I want to say about that. I think people need to take a real critical look at and be educated before they start trying to throw shade at other people. I think all the way around, anything that has to do with gambling, people need to have support, available support that might be struggling with these kinds of addictions. That's the big thing. Keep the youth away from it. Give people options for help because it's a detrimental, devastating thing for so many people that can't help themselves, right? It's an addictive thing. It truly is. And some people, it's destroyed their lives. So I think the big thing is like having that available for people, as well as just understanding that both of these sites have gambling backing both of them. You know, so yo, you shake weight jam. On a less serious note, booty baby. What's up, Cy?
Pretty funny, Gabs.
What's up, dude? How are you, man? So to continue here, Eddie Craven, CEO of Kick and co-founder of Stake, the gambling platform that backs the streaming site, has been very transparent in his views on the development of Kick in general. Last week, he spoke about combating view count manipulation and bots on the platform, and just an hour ago, he confirmed that actions have already been taken to move towards these goals. In a post on Twitter, Craven confirmed the viewer count protection has been battered. Tabbing issues have been resolved, which prevents the user from inflating their view count. Chatbot protection has been put in place. I've always hated the fact that there have been, and a lot of content creators do this, but I'm not a fan of. I've never done this. I hate the fact that people bot themselves. They up their view count with bots and stuff. I think it's gross. it seems like cheating. You know what I mean? To all the people out there like that don't do that, that are really just trying to be legit in this kind of endeavor. The people that do these big inflated bot viewer schemes, you know what I mean? It's really gross. Chatbot protection has been put in place, and most importantly, for some gambling and hot tub streams can now be disabled. That's cool, man. Look, gambling and hot tub streams can be disabled per accounts on Kick, man. Sub ends on Wednesday. You'll have to remind me on Thursday. All right, dude. Yeah. Over the last 48 hours, we've rolled out all the changes mentioned above: better viewer count protection, tabbing issue sorted, advanced chatbot protection, disabling of gambling and hot tub streams. With that said, we're still optimizing all the above even further. Eddie.